Can Greg just give it up already? So, as usual, when it comes to the videos in question that we respond to, especially with some of the recent ones, I have to point out that we are responding to these or reacting to these as a sort of hypothetical situation. Like, what if this is actually real? Which we all know it isn't, considering the fact that Greg himself has outed himself for it to be fake. Now, something that I should do more often, which is mention comments when it comes to the videos. In the recent video, or at least one of the recent videos, we had somebody that was responding asking us to show more evidence, especially even though that this is a reactionary response to Greg and his antics, which for the most part I will try to do that, although I may just kind of like link videos from other probably better content creators than myself, because at this point there's other people that have kind of commented on, or at least have been investigating this a lot better than I have. So I would rather refer to you guys to some of their videos as well, so that way you guys can get the info you want, and at the very least I could try to do a response or reaction like I've been doing. Because now something else too that I should mention, because somebody pointed this out and I'm really hoping I didn't do this, and if I did, please leave a timestamp and the video that I've actually done it. So at one point I mentioned, I guess as the person described, I mentioned that Onision deserves everything that's coming to him. And their response to that was that it would ensue hatred towards him, kind of like what he did to the populace, which to some extent, or at least not to some extent, we at Novakast try not to ensue hatred towards other people. We will, however, respond to people and their behaviors in a sort of respectful way, as much as we can, that is. Even though, when it comes to the people that we talk about, more than likely would never give that same regard in return. I can only think of one instance where I've done something like that, where we were talking about Onision's behavior, and I think I said something along the lines of, everything that's happening to him, he has done to himself. And I think I've repeated that same comment throughout my videos. But if I did say that he deserves everything he's getting, I do apologize. And I want to point out that that's something that we shouldn't be doing, where we're trying to ensue hate. We're trying to be better than the individual that we're talking about. So again, if I did say it, I apologize. That's something that we at least should have that moral high ground for, where we're not ensuing hatred towards another individual. At the very least, we're just responding to Greg and what he does and says. So without further delay, why don't we go ahead and get started? And let me tell you, this first video from his Onision Speaks is a real doozy.
You are such a loser! Look at your career on YouTube! You used to be respected!
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready! That's the banana guy! Now look at you! Huh? Look at you! You red-faced, zitty freak! With your long hippie hair! Shave your beard already! You disgusting man-child! You can't even get a date! Nobody wants to date you! You ugly freak!
I don't know why he considers still doing videos like this, especially when he outed himself in a live stream about these being fake. You know what I mean? Why continue making these particular videos where he's freaking out naked, or half naked, and at this point just trying to act like a complete and utter fool?
You look like emo dad if he wanted to kill himself more than he already did, because you're an ugly, angry, psychopathic loser!
Well, you said it, not me.
When's the last time you actually got laid, you pathetic piece of vile trash? You're disgusting, hair makes me want to puke my guts out! And your disgraceful tattoo, do not engage! Now your hair's gagging you, you loser! What is this? What kind of pathetic baby man needs an ankle reminder on his body how to just exercise self-control, you friggin' loser?
I think the sad part about this whole situation is you probably have his kids, like, in the background, like, wondering what the heck is going on. And, unfortunately, they have to listen to their own father losing his effing mind. For no reason.
You disgust me! Everyone's laughing at you! Huh? Laugh! Look at them! They're looking at you and they're going, what pathetic! I'm so glad I'm not that guy! I'm so glad I'm not that guy! I'm so glad I'm not you! Take your pills, Gutcho!
Greetings and salutations from the Radio Demon. I hope you're tuning in. Ah!
Oh, God, please stop. No, I won't stop. You're sad. Oh, please stop. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, please stop. Now you should stop crying and get a job.
It's so boring.
Everybody's judging me. Shut up, no excuses.
Make it stop.
I'm so tired, you guys.
Damn it, Wade.
Yeah, enough of that video. I kind of feel like I'm reaching my limit when it comes to responding to these particular videos of his where he's freaking out. Maybe for the next one I'll, get that sort of edge to react to it, but for the most part, yeah. Now the next video that we are responding to is actually one that is on his Uh-Oh Bro, and it seems like the quote-unquote serious talks from Onision, or Greg, are now being moved to Uh-Oh Bro, which I'm confused. I thought that was for his quote-unquote comedy channel, or his comedy content. Honestly, Greg, just have one YouTube channel. It seems like you make the same content for every single one of those channels. What was the point of making multiple channels when you're doing the exact same thing? Makes no damn sense. But anyways, here's the video that we are responding to from his quote-unquote Uh-Oh Bro channel.
I want you guys to know this is the last time you're going to see my real personality.
You make it so easy for me to play this clip.
Hi there, I'm Anit-Onision and I'm fake as and the reason is because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to see who I am.
I don't think even you know who the real you is at this point.
My last video, that was fake.
No shit, Sherlock!
That was not real, but this is real.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that, considering that, once again, you are the one that coined himself to being fake as fuck. That, and the constant lying manipulation towards your fans, as well as the people around you, over the past couple of years of your career on YouTube.
This is authentic. And you know it's authentic because I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen.
I find that really hard to believe.
What's going to happen is I'm not going to tolerate your nonsense, internet. I'm not going to play these little childish games that you guys love to play.
And what childish games are you claiming that people on the internet are playing, per se? Are you complaining about the fact that people have been responding or reacting to how you behave or how you talk to people? Or maybe you're perhaps following the whole Chris Hansen thing where people have been investigating you and getting updates on that particular situation. So what exactly is so bad about people who have been reacting or responding to you? Oh wait, that's right. You don't like criticism. So you're just gonna, what? Try to shame people to stop talking about you? Yeah, like that's worked before.
You like to target people, and then as a little hive of hornets, act like you're superior to them.
Well, here's the thing, Greg. To some extent, those people who talk about you, in some sense, are a little bit more superior to you. Considering the fact that, with a lot of them, they didn't groom a teenager for sex. And shame them.
And you're not. You're just a bunch of sad little human beings who like to pretend that you're holier than thou because you haven't had enough life experience to realize pretty much no one is holier than thou.
Greg, I find it funny that you want to try to assume, especially for the people that have talked about you, who are disgusted by your behavior, you want to assume what people think or feel. Let me tell you something. A lot of people on the internet, I would say this because I'm one of them, we have some life experience, or at the very least we have some people who, or at least know some people, there we go, that have experienced people like you. And for the most part, we have some idea of what a person like yourself will do, and will try to do, to kind of keep the narrative in their favor. And you, sir, are losing that favor. Because more and more people from your side are seeing you for the disgusting little whelp that you are. And I want to point out something too. I don't pretend or act as if I'm holier than thou. I know I have my faults. But again, at the very least, I'm not in the same state as you are, where you have done so many horrible things to people and used your own social media to harm others. The same that could be said for Blair White, Some Guy 827, Repsion, Jack and Glenn, all these other people that have been responding to you and your videos, your content, your behavior. Each of us have our own faults. But at the same time, we have what is called a moral compass. We have our own morals, our own ethics. You, on the other hand, have no ethics. You have no morals. And as I pointed out, if something or a narrative doesn't go in your favor, you'll just change, pull a full 180, and just act like a totally different person because you're getting hate. You don't like it when people talk negatively about you. You don't like it when people make videos about you. You don't like it when people give you criticism. God forbid somebody gives you criticism. And let's face it, bottom line, especially with a lot of the stuff that goes on, and a lot of the stuff that you've posted on the internet, yeah, you do need that criticism. And yes, nobody likes criticism. But at the very least, if you're willing to accept it, especially if there's something wrong with what you're doing or the behaviors that you are showing others, then guess what? More than likely, it will make you a better person if you accept it and try to change yourself. If you can't do that, and you act as if, oh, I'm more superior than everybody, you're not going to change, and you're not going to better yourself. And let's face it, bottom line, you look like a complete douchebag for not listening to others.
You'll see one person who does literally nothing wrong. And because society doesn't like them, they will do everything they can to destroy them.
By that statement, that would imply that you were innocent at some point, Greg. But you weren't. You've never been innocent of anything. Any situation that you've been in has been you doing something wrong.
That sounds evil to me. That sounds like the real villains in most any story are the people who dishonestly strike down other human beings in a gang fashion.
Oh, don't pull that shit. Don't say that we are ganging up on you because we make videos on you, that we talk about your behavior. You know, let's do a head count. How many people, I mean, when it comes to, like, videos, especially videos where people are expressing the way you treated them, how many people so far, especially that have come forward through Chris Hansen, have actually, you know, had to go through your abuse? Let's do a head count, okay? Especially, I want to point out, especially those people who lived in your house and for the most part was thinking that they would be in a good relationship with you, and you proceeded to treat them like shit. Not only that, but when they were done with you, you, being the salty little bitch that you are, proceeded to belittle them on the internet and have your fans target them and harass them. Let's see. You have Sarah, you have Shiloh, you have Sky, you have Adrian, you have Billy, and even though this person wasn't in a relationship with you, you had Ayala, who was also affected by your bullshit because they were protecting their friend. So, you tell me, who's the one that's really the villain in this whole situation? Because it's not myself, it's not the other people that have been making video content on you, it's you. So don't pull this bullshit that we're bullying you, or that we're picking on you, or that we're ganging up on you. Because that is complete and utter bullshit.
People don't see themselves as one massive psychotic gang! And yet they are. That is what you people are. You pick out innocent human beings.
You serious?
And you mob them. Everyone knows about the mob mentality, do we not? When you get in a mob, you will do pretty much anything, no matter how evil, and you will think yourself justified. Psychos. When you have a horde of millions of people, because I am enormously famous.
Greg, we've said this time and time again. The proper word for you is infamous. By saying that you're famous, that means you actually did something good that had some form, or at least gave you some form of recognition. You, unfortunately, have only done bad. The only reason that you are infamous, or have some notoriety, is due to the fact that you were on Tosh.0's freaking dumbass show for your stupid I'm a banana video. That was your only way you got the notoriety that you have now. So far, and especially with a lot of your other content, you've done absolutely nothing of note. Well, you know, besides, you know, the really insulting content that, for the most part, yeah, it is deranged and twisted.
I am legendary famous. There are so many people who talk about me every single day. I'm one of the most famous people in the entire world. That's how incredibly famous I am. I'm so famous. I'm almost beyond legend. I'm practically a god at this point.
And with that, consider this video nuked. So, here's my final words of the matter, considering that Greg has tried to paint himself as someone who is being victimized, somebody who is being bullied on the internet. No, you're not being bullied on the internet. And as I stated before, I know there are probably times where I've accidentally kind of stepped out of line when it comes to what I said, and I may have said that he deserves everything he is receiving. But I stand by what I said when I say that everything that has happened to him has happened on his own accord. I know some people will find that wrong for me to say, but actions have consequences. If you're going to be a despicable piece of shit towards people, then guess what? People are going to call that out, especially when it is not justified. If you're going to act a certain way, people are going to put you in your place about it. You can't run to your fans, your dwindling fans that want to kiss your ass, and say, oh, they're bullying me. They're trying to get me off the internet. Buddy, you're doing that all on your own. We have no part in that. That, sir, is on you. You are the one that has caused that to happen. You are the one who is causing Chris Hansen to get involved. You are the one that is causing the FBI to do an investigation on you and your spouse. You, sir, are not the hero. You, sir, are not the victim. Bottom line, you, sir, are the problem. And hopefully soon, that ends up getting rectified. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys have anything you would like to add in the conversation, leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description. If you guys want to follow MJ, Magi, and Aden on gaming content, they usually stream on YouTube and Twitch. Sage does the nature walks, which is a ton of fun to watch. You guys want to follow some of my gaming or my TV and movie talks, videos are usually uploaded or premiered around noon and 6 p.m. Pacific time. Want to follow our podcast where we talk about a variety of topics as well as play some fun games. That is usually on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. Peace and be safe.